Unity, unity, unity. Community, community, community. Family, family, family. Peace, 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 peace. Love, 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 love. Unity, 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 unity. Community, 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 community. Family, 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 family. Peace. It is December 28th, 2024. It is 3:39 a.m. Today, I'll be reading two books. First, I'm going to start with my agreement. I am a millionaire funeral director whose check is deposited. If I can, I must. When I win, I win. When I lose, I win. Failure is not an option. I'm going to set myself up for success. I will take action in my life now. I will participate at a level 10 at all times. I will always be on time in my life. I will always do as I said I would. I will build the right relationships with the right power team. I will empower myself to succeed. The first book I'll be reading is from Hill Harper, Letters to a Young Sister. Thank you to my wife. She got this. She gave this to me. She wanted me to read this today, so it's gonna be a random page, random chapter. Define your destiny. Let's go. Ready. Boom. It says letter 9, the taboo topic, sex. Don't even try it. I'm not giving you a quote on this one. July 6, 2007, New Orleans. Dear young sister, in your last letter, you asked about me. You asked me about sex. Wow, I really feel like a big brother for you to trust me with a conversation. I've been pacing all up and down the floor of my new loft space. It's wide open and without many doors or partitioners. So picture the large room with big windows that run the length of a large building, and me walking a hole in my carpet with all the pacing up and down. Well, actually, I don't have carpet. It's hardwood floor, but you know what? But you know what I mean. Man, I haven't even started talking about this stuff. Man, I haven't even started talking about this stuff, and already it's gone. It got me all discombobulated. You really want to talk? Now I know I said you could ask me anything. Somehow I picture you being older when this conversation came up. But I guess that would be naive of me in today's evolving, fast-paced world. Maybe I just picture me being older when this conversation came up. Either way, things are happening so fast in technology. Why wouldn't that spill over to another area in your life? Or maybe it's also the impact of the media, television, videos, magazines, and the internet that constantly shoves image of sex at young people and makes them believe they need to do it in order to feel current. Okay, instead of me saying all up in my head and wondering if I'm going to be able to really help you or will have a positive impact on your life in this area, why don't I just answer your question? I do want you to know that's this that you to know that it's not the easiest or simplest subject for me, but it probably wasn't the easiest or simplest subject for you to ask about either. And it's definitely something we should talk about. I'm going to be completely honest, but I need you to know that my only hesitation comes because you are my young sister, and not one of my, and not one of my grown surrogate sisters. There is one thing I like to know before we really got into this though. Are you asking me questions about sex because you are considered having it, or are you asking me because you don't have anyone else to ask, and you just want some information? Why is that question important? Is not so much for the answer I'm going to give, but more for me to get a sense of where you are at. But no matter where that is, I'm glad you wrote and asked me my advice. Young sister to big brother, remember what I said about there being no coincidence? I think part of the reason I'm so nervous writing to you now is because the same day your letter arrived asking me about sex, a friend of mine called and asked me to have talk with her daughter, Kiana, whom I have known since she was a baby. She told me they were having some very serious communication problems, and she knew that Kiana felt comfortable talking to me. She warned me, though, that there was something very serious I needed to talk to her about. Her daughter was 13 years old and had gotten pregnant. Wow. I had to stop right there and take a deep breath because I really was about to wear a hole in my imaginary carpet. 13. She was a baby to me. Ever since I know her, she would laugh and kid around and joke together, and now she was going to have a kid of her own. To be totally honest, headed out to the park where we going to meet. I was scared. Well, I guess afraid is a better word. I was afraid because I didn't know what was going on in her head. I looked for some more information on the website called teenpregnancy.org, where I found statistics like only about 2% of teen mothers have a college degree by 30. That didn't make me any less afraid for her, but it did help me put that fear aside. I knew having an adult she could talk to would be really important, now more than ever. As soon as I saw her sitting on a bench waiting for me, all I wanted to do was to give her a hug, tell her everything was going to be okay, that there is a way to handle every so-called obstacle that life presents. As we sat together, I could see her small body trembling in fear. I knew it was fear because it wasn't cold outside. We talked and we also just sat in silence sometimes, neither of us knowing where the conversation would take us next. But finally it came, perhaps the most honest moment we have ever shared. I asked her why, at such a young age, did she think she needed to have sex? After a long pause, she looked me dead in my eyes, and her eyes began to well up with tears, and she said, I just wanted someone to love me. Wow. And in that instant, I felt responsible for her pain because somehow the adults in her life, me included, had failed her. She had always been close to her mother. I started thinking, trying to read between the lines of what she was saying. Clearly, she had plenty of other women in her life, aunts, cousins, and a grandmother who were all devoted to her. But where were the men? Her father was not around to love her in the way that she needed to be loved. He wasn't there to validate her and let her know how important her important and unique she was. So she sought out someone who she thought would provide male love and attention. Chances are he was probably the first boy who told her that she was incredible, and lovable. Now her entire future was at stake because of a choice she made before she was ready for the consequences. I know that the questions you are asking are nowhere near what Kaina is going through. I don't want you to think that I'm telling you this story to lump you two together. I'm clear that you are not what Kaina is, and that you're making healthy choices. That's good. I don't want you, I like that you are exactly where you need to be, and you are not rushing down any roads you aren't ready to be on. There's a definitely value in a long term relationship, and it sounds like you have a best friend in Nazir. He knows you well, and you trust him, and you feel valued in the relationship. In your letter, you said that some of your friends said, "Girl, you have made him wait long enough. If you don't do it with him now, you are going to lose him." First of all, talk about someone else projecting their fears and insecurities on you. Whenever anyone is telling you what to do rather than asking you questions about what you want to do, ask yourself, is this person truly a friend, looking out for my best interest, or is she for whatever reason attempting to coerce me into taking the action she wants to see me take? Throughout your life, I want you to take the actions that you want to take. There is no such thing as making someone wait too long in any area of life. If there is something that you do, if something that you do not want to do, or some action that are not ready to take, there is no one else's business but yours. And that's in terms of sex, relationships, career, children, investments, purchases, everything. You did mention that Najir has started to hint around about the topic of sex, but he's being sweet about it and not putting any pressure on you. I'm glad to hear that. I know that even if he did, you would have in the you will have the inner strength not to let him talk to you into anything you aren't ready for. And one more thing, and this is really hard for me to say. There's a lot of women and girls who, because they have issues with their fathers, perhaps not being around or loving them in a way that they should, they have made mistakes in attempting to please man, to get them to love them. And hear me when I say this. Have sex with a man will not make him love you. In fact, it might have the opposite effect. In the magazines and talk shows, they say that women and girls who exhibit this behavior might have daddy issues. We can talk about more. We can talk more about that later if you want to. But since you asked about sex, I want to make sure that you know that you should never, under any circumstances whatsoever, feel or think that you have to have sex with a guy to keep him around or make him love you. If a man truly loves you, he does so without placing conditions on that love. Any conditions, if any boy or man ever makes you feel you have to have sex with him for him to love you or to prove you love him, he's just proved that he's not worth loving, and that is someone I don't want you to be around because he is not loving you the way you deserve to be loved. You are beautiful, magnificent, brilliant, and a gift to this world. You are the newest perfect model of the human species, and you deserve to be treated magnificently with love, respect, and admiration. You deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve that, and you should always require it. Never ever think of yourself as less than. So, as you read this right now, know that you are more than enough. Okay, my ride is set to my ride to the set just got here, so I have got to go. But that does remind me of one more thing. You mentioned you and Nazir went to the movies, and he made a romantic comment about one of the love scenes that was in the movie you saw. Well, those sex scenes you see in the movies, not real, not even a little bit. Think about it. They are filmed under these bright lights in front of a huge crew of people, and a dozen of and then a dozen different shots are all edited to gather months later to make the final scene. Sex in movies is about looking good, not being real. So don't be fooled. Real sex in real comes with real consequences that you never see in the movies. As a woman, you bear the brunt of a lot of the consequences. I know I probably haven't had time to address even half your questions, so write me back soon, and we will talk some more. Okay? Have a good night, my friend. I look forward to your response. Until then, smile. Much love. Heal. Him. P.S. I'm going to see the Beyonce perform tonight at the Essen Music Festival. Front row seats and backstage passes. Front row seats and backstage passes. I know you have a massive collection of concert ticket stubs. I'll save mine for you. No. This was Hill Harper, Letters to a Young Sister. Make sure y'all drink y'all tea out there. Your water. Your juice too, but today I don't have no juice. That's okay, I'll get some later. Um, Go ahead and check my wife page out, Dion's Life, on YouTube. She's crushing it, y'all. I'm proud of her. She should be proud of herself. She's really crushing it, y'all. Dion's Life, DIONNE apostrophe S, Life. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, Tru Hicks. That is TRU Hicks. Make sure y'all share this video and have this video go from 1 share to 10 shares, 10 shares to 100 shares, 100 shares to 1,000 shares, and 1,000 shares to 10,000 shares, 10,000 shares to 100,000 shares. Y'all know the rest. 100,000 shares to a million shares, and it all starts with you. So yeah, go ahead and do that for me. I'm gonna read one more book, then we'll get going. Start my day. This is also a book from my beautiful wife. It is called Prince, A Private View. Excuse me, Fishim Shahida. Forward by Beyonce Knowles Carter. Random page, random chapter. Got it. Let me see what this book is. So it says dream number 5. Let me see how this book is fresh. Okay. So, dream number 5. I'm driving down a long desert highway in my 65 Mustang fastback that I had bought back in high school. There is nothing around except cactus and more desert. The wind blows through my hair. Somehow I have hair again. My arm is stretched out of the window, and my hand is a wing making waves as I cruise down the highway. The radio doesn't work, so this is my only entertainment. I don't know where I'm going or how long it would take me to get there. There was no there was there are no other cars on the road in the distance. I see heat waves like a shimmering sea of the road and a dark object hovering above that. As I get closer, there is a person walking down in the middle of the road and stretched out and thumb sticking out. I pull over, hoping a companion will break the monotony of the radioless drive. Monotony of the radioless drive. The person gets in the car dressed in what looks like a costume from the Road Warrior films. It's Prince. For some reason, I'm not surprised to see him, and he's not surprised to see me. Almost like we had planned it, except we had it. He explains he was at a party that got dangerous, so he decided to hitch home. I'm good with the explanation, and we drive on. We drive on. It's quiet again for a while. My arm back out of the window. He asked me if if I could sing, to which I nod yes, and he proceeds to sing, controversially, of one of my favorite songs. After he done, he says it. My turn. I reluctantly sing 1999. He seems impressed, but when I'm done, he tells me to stick to driving and he would take care of the singing, which I'm totally cool with. Set pictures from film shoots, most of which I was also cinematographer cinematographer on. It was always astonishment to me how much he knew about lighting and film until I would remember that he had starred in a groundbreaking movie when I was only just in high school. Dream number 6. I'm sitting at the library table, books and papers spread in front of me as I frantically work to finish a report that I believe is already late. I'm talking, I'm taking college classes, maybe going for my master's degree. I don't know what the report is about, but it's of the utmost importance that I finish it. As I sit there working away, Prince comes and sits across from from me at the table and proceeds to talk to me loudly. I'm confused by his presence there and annoyed by his volume. I thought you were in Europe on a yacht. I asked him, and he confirmed that he was, but he got bored, so he flew home with the band. I tried to continue with my work, but he pushes the books aside and tells me we are going to shoot pool at Smokey's. I tell him Smokey was shut down a long time ago in a police raid. He tells me to open it back up and he wants to go there now because he has people waiting. I reluctantly go along knowing I won't get any work done with him and at the library. So we are inside Smokey's pool hall and it hasn't changed. One iota since it got raided over a decade ago, except that Prince symbol is embroidered into the felt of the pool tables. As the name suggests, there is a cloud of smoke hovering over the table. Prince wants to play for something. I suggest $5, to which he laughs and says the stakes need to be higher. He offers that if I win, he will write the report that I was working on, and if he wins, I have to go to his place, back to his private yacht in the Mediterranean. I try to explain that both are winning propositions for me, to which he laughs again. I tell him that I'm not sure if I should try to win or lose, to which he replies, you always got to play your, you got to always play your best game. Man, I like that right there. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. Prince walks into a room. This is not the lead line of a joke. Prince walks into many rooms and say, it's a grand entrance would be like calling Mona Lisa a sketch. It's not like he enters with fanfare, fireworks, or entourage. He's not riding in an Otrix or elephant with dancers and lasers. He just enters the room and the energy shifts. Worries and concerns evaporate, and Gabriel Garcia Marquez Esquire folds over the room, and all the possibilities of the world seem to present themselves, falling at your feet. After all, you are occupying the same space as Prince. The molecules and atoms bouncing between your bodies. I have watched Prince into many a room, and they're always the same. You could be the guy working the bar or the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, actor with billions in bucks, officers, a fashion icon, guy next to seasoned trends, or a fan who is lucky enough to be there. The moment Prince enters the room, you are all the same. Mouths slightly agape, eyes tracking the movements of the dynamo who just appeared, trying to not to be caught, stormed by eyes drawn like a magnet to his every movement. It's not It's not his intention to hypnotize those presence when he enters. It's just like it's just that he enters with such confidence, swag, and freedom that can't be helped. He walks in, and his entourage and his music, his hints, his movies, his dances, his girlfriends, his conversations, his eccentrics, ECCENTRICITIES. And then he walks up to you and says, "Hi, I'm Prince." And the tension is broken. Another call, another adventure. Another call, another adventure. Not sure why Prince was averse to giving more than a moment notice, but I didn't mind. I was about to step into a movie with my wife when my phone rang. Trevor, Prince's bodyguard, was on the other end. "Hey Prince, has a quick question." Prince got on the phone. If Hashim, "Hi Prince, can you meet me in Morocco tomorrow?" I love you how ordinary that sounded to him, like he was calling to see if I wanted to meet for coffee. Oh man. I also love that my wife and my family were used to these calls and everything was very matter of fact. I said sure, and he said cool. Trevor will send you a ticket, and just like that, I was headed to Marrakech the next morning to photographer Prince in Morocco during the filming of video. Timo Tiamo, Carzon, the Salama, directed. Ooh, some tough names. Well, that's my time, y'all. I gotta prepare for my day. Got some things I gotta do today. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for sharing this video. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. And if you didn't like, share, or whatever, I am still grateful for you as well. I pray today that Allah will find favor upon all. I'm just gonna read one thing from the Quran. Call it a day. Random page, random chapter. And this is from the Holy Quran with English translations with commentary belonging Muhammad Ali. Opposition to the Prophet, Section 8. On the day when we shall call every people with their leader, then whoever is given his book in his right hand, these will read their book, and they will not be dealt with it unjustly. And whoever is blind in this world, he will be blind in the hereafter, and further away from the path. And surely they had purpose to turn thee away from that which we have revealed to thee, that thou shouldest forge against us other than that, then they would have taken thee for a friend. And if we had not made thee firm, thou mightest have indeed inclined to them a little. Then we would have made thee a double punishment in life and a double punishment after death. And then thou wouldest not have found any helper against us. And surely they proposed to unsettle thee from the land, that they might expel thee from it. And then they will not tarry after thee but a little. This is our way with our messengers, whom we sent before thee, and thou wilt not find a change in of our course. Section 9. Truth will prevail. Keep up prayer from the decline of the sun to the darkness of the night, and recital of the Quran at dawn. Surely the recital of the Quran at dawn is witnessed, and during a part of the night keep awake by it beyond what is incumbent on thee. Maybe the Lord will rise thee to position of great glory. And say, my Lord, make me enter a truthful entering, and make me go forth a truthful going forth. And grant me from the presence and authority to help me, and say, the truth has come and falsehood vanished. Surely falsehood is ever bound to vanish. And we reveal of the Quran that which is healing and in mercy to the believers, and it adds only to the perditions of the wrongdoers. And when we bestow favors on man, he turns away and behaves proudly. And when the evil afflicts him, he is in despair. Say, everyone acts according to his manner, but your Lord best knows who is best guided on the path. Section 10. The Quran, a unique guidance. And they asked thee about their revelation. Say, the revelation is by the commandment of the Lord, and of knowledge you are given but a little. And if we please, we could certainly take away that which we have revealed to thee. Then thou wouldest find none to plead thy cause against us, but it is a mercy from thy Lord. Surely his bounty to thee is abundant. Say, if man and jinn, man and jinn, man and jinn, man and jinn. say, if man and jinn should combine together to bring the like of this Quran, they could not bring the like of it, though some of them were others of others. And surely we have made clear for man in this Quran every kind of description. But most men consent of not save denying, and they say, will we by no means believe in thee, till thou cause a spring to gush forth from the earth for us, or thou have a garden of palms and grapes in the midst of which thou cause rivers to flow forth abundantly, or thou cause the heaven to come down upon us in pieces, and thou thinkest, or bring Allah and the angel face to face with us, or thou have a house of gold, or thou ascend into heaven, and we will not believe in thy ascending till thou bring down to us a book we can read. Say, glory to my Lord, am I but a mortal messenger. Alright, y'all. I'm about to run out of here, go get my workout in, and okay. Excuse me. Go ahead and subscribe to my wife page, Dion's Life. My page on YouTube, Tru Hicks. If y'all follow me on Facebook, it's Joshua D. Hicks. Go ahead, hit the share button. Make this video go from one share to 1,000,000 shares. It all starts with you. So this is Tru Hicks and Dion's Life. We saying peace, love, unity, community, family. And until the next time, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.